Peace, 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 fam. Peace, 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 everyone. How is everyone doing? This is Oracle Deborah with the Oracle Deborah podcast on YouTube. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a sunny day in every aspect. Okay, so let me get started. First, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much. I hope you all are still liking the videos. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate it. I'm going to get right to it. I came across a video today, and ironically, it was Fox from a Fox channel in Houston, and it talks about, let me get it right, the likability of Black women in the workplace. And I thought, this is interesting. And there was a panel of women there. All except one were Black. And it was very interesting. And I related to this. I just related to the whole thing from A to Z. So it was a great piece. And first of all, I'm just happy to see that it is out here. Like, people are actually talking about this. Now, the video came out, or not the video, but this segment came out 11 months ago, so almost a year ago. But perfect timing for us. Okay. So I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, like I said, I wholly agreed with 99% of the comments, the perspectives there. 1%, I'm not sure that I agree or disagree. I think in some cases this person has some issues, but I don't know if it was necessarily with Black women as a whole, maybe geographically. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to get right into it, and I'm going to stop along the way. So let's get this party started right. There we go. So thank you all for liking, sharing, and subscribing. All right. I'm sure my face is on here somewhere. I don't know, but we're going to get started. So here we go. Like I said, it's called Isaiah Factor Uncensored.
No, I got in trouble last time you called me Neil.
So, Dr. Jones, let's begin with you. This is your segment. When we talk about the angry Black woman, and especially for Black women having to be likable in the workplace, your thoughts on that?
Unfortunately, the answer is yes, but I'm using the word unfortunately. The fact that someone that can be unqualified, someone that doesn't have the same amount of skills, just because people like them, or maybe, as you would say, they will kiss other people's behind a little bit more. Yeah. There you go.
The factor.
The fact that they're able to do that, they're able to unfortunately move up in the workplace a little bit faster than someone who is intelligent and can do the job probably 3-4 times better than that person can move up faster. So at the end of the day, it's an unfortunate reality. So I'm not saying it with enthusiasm that yes, being likable is more important, but yes, unfortunately in this day of age, I have to like you in order to want you. And now we're just kind of playing a game in the workplace, trying to be, see what you like, see what you want to do, and I try to cater to you. So it is an unfortunate reality.
All right, Bevan, let's talk to you about this. Do you feel any?
Okay, so I absolutely agree with this Dr. Jones, because it does seem, it's not even that it seems, it plays out as if you're forced into people pleasing. And I have dealt with this all of my work life, and I've been for many, many years, except for when I was a teenager. There was a lot of grace given to me, and I was in a different state. But for the most part, when I really got into the big boxes, the huge corporations, and in the same state, I should say, it changed. Everything changed. It did become more male dominated. I think my initial supervisor, she was a female and she did try to look out for me. She actually did look out for me, but on a whole, no. The problem started off the off the cuff, off the cuff. And it wasn't just a matter of, I was young and started a new job or anything like that. All of that plays a little bit in it, but I'm highly responsible. I've been working, I was 14. And by that time, I had been a seasoned worker, if you will, for like 10 years already. So yeah, my parents prepared me very well to conduct myself professionally in the workplace. I wasn't one to play around. So again, new job, new learning, new experiences. Beyond that, yeah, it got really, really wild. So, I'll continue on and let's get started, or let's continue.
Extra pressure as a black woman in the workplace or wherever you may work. Obviously you own your own company, but when you do business, is it difficult for you as a black, do you have to be likable, and do you sometimes get the description of an angry black woman?
So in the past, I've worked at like white-owned, white majority places, and I was never really allowed to be upset about anything. I could be upset about the same thing as a white coworker, but I'm the only one seen as angry. The other person.
And if you are angry, what would they say about you?
It's like the microaggressions, like, oh, the angry black lady. Oh, we don't want to walk around you. You might fight us. I'm like, I'm just upset because, a dude just poured his drink on the bar. Just obvious things. So in business, yes, I try to be a little over kind and over cheery because I don't want to come off as that. But at the end of the day, even with me, when I'm working with somebody, I don't really have to like them. I want to make money. I'm a businesswoman. So unless you're stealing from me, lying to me, just overtly rude, I don't have to like you to make money. And that's just how I am. But I've definitely had to be overly nice to get any kind of sympathy.
Malia, let's hear from you. You were passionate about this in our editorial meeting. That's why I said bring your ass down here and talk about it. So your thoughts on this, first, likability, and also the angry black woman syndrome.
Yes, I feel like I've always been likable. All my life, people have just been drawn to me. So I feel like it's easy for people to like me, but I do not have the luxury of being silent or being quiet.
I want to double click on this woman here because she literally pinpointed a very key factor about being quiet, and to say much in the workplace, and being forced to, I called it being a jester. Like I would say, like, I'm not a jester. Some days I just want to come in and be quiet. It's not necessarily a mood, which you'll hear her talk about. This is a key factor that I personally related to in the workplace. And I'll let her continue, but basically what she says is exactly what I said.
Just because my personality is so big, anytime I just want to relax, it's like, why are you upset? Like, don't start any trouble today. And it's not trouble. I can't be
So
chill.
the minute you have that mood swing of something going on in your life, then you're called out on it.
And it's not necessarily a mood swing, it's just calm.
Exactly.
Like when I'm at home by myself, I'm quiet. I don't have anything playing on the TV, but I cannot do that in public without people thinking like, oh, something's wrong with her, she's about to snap. No, I'm just enjoying my peace and quiet. I don't have to say anything. I can enjoy the silence, but I don't have that luxury. I feel like because I'm very dominant when it comes to work, when I show up at work, I show up at work, and I make sure I succeed at every level, that when I don't have anything to say in a room, when everyone's asking opinions, it's like, oh, she has a problem. I don't have a problem. I'm just quiet.
All right. All right, Melissa, your thoughts, and you had a perspective as an employer and what you deal with when you hire black women or young black women.
Right. So I'm on a different angle. I I've been a business owner for the last 20 years, okay? So I don't really know what it's like to work for anybody within the last 20 years. I would say on the employer side, when I'm hiring someone, I'm looking for likability. I need to know that you can sell something because it's a sales-generated business. Money is moved by sales. You need to be likable. Half the time, I would get somebody in that's more qualified. They may have more experience, but I'll get that likable newbie that will outsell them over and over. And so where I'm at, my experiences with black women, and I'm going to say I'm in the middle when it comes to this issue because I've dealt with it. I'm on the hiring side of it. I'm looking at qualifications, but I'm also looking at, hey, is this person coachable? Okay.
And really quick, because we're running out of time,
Right.
Your experience with black women.
My experience with black women under 30 hasn't been great. Most of my experiences with 30 and above usually got.
And what do you see?
And what I'm typically seeing in this group, in this age group, they're on their phones. They're on their phones. They're Snapchatting. They're doing all these things. And so usually when you get that 30 and above, 35 and above group, these women, or I'm going to say these women, are usually indebted. They got bills, they got obligations, they got households they got to take care of. They're a little bit more serious about their job than the under 30 group. So that's just my.
Okay, I got to double click on the doctor here because she is really upset with her. She's trying to, the doctor, the woman in the middle in the green pants, like she's like, listen, this is a problem in the workplace. And here you have a black woman saying, it's these young black women that are the problem. Because I need likability in the workplace. And the whole point is, why do you have to like me, to the point where I have to shift who I am to please you in order to stay on the job? Like I have to come out of my skin, is what she's saying. Why does a black woman have to come out of our skin to be likable as a person when I'm doing the job just fine? I'm doing the job. And it's not even it's not that we are likable or not likable. That's two extremes. The thing is, we all come with our different personalities. Everybody does. Every single person in this world comes to the workplace with their unique personalities. It's just that for black women, we have to be the jester. They want us to be the man. They're going to go into that. This doctor's going to go into that. But this woman who's talking, who's the employer, she's like, I'm looking for I'm looking for sales. Okay, well, you can, are you saying that people are not likable to customer? It's not their field. That's one thing. But she's saying black women specifically under 30 are not likable. They're always on their phones. And you'll hear the pushback here. So let me continue. Oops, sorry. Here we go.
Experience. I haven't had any good ones.
That's all ethnicities. A lot of Gen Z are very lazy. I mean, it is what it is. I don't really think it's like a black woman thing. Because I deal with a lot of Gen Zs, and they are very on their phone, don't pay attention, not mindful. So I can't really say that's maybe that's your experience, but mine is, that's all 30 and under. They're all like that.
Yeah, I mean, I've had experiences with 30 and under in other demographics, but I'm gonna say the worst of my experiences were with younger black girls. That's just me personally. I'm not putting a cap on every black girl saying, oh, don't hire.
This is geographical. This could be where she is. This isn't all black women across the board. This isn't all young black women across the board. She needs to say, my experience in my area, this has been the issue. And I'm just being frank. It's okay for her to be honest. Like, we prefer her to be honest, but she has to be more specific. Young black women under 30 in my location, and maybe they're all in the same location. I don't know. But if they're all in the same section, then we don't know where her job is or where her business is and what she's asking from them. And, I don't know. So, and I'm not pushing back on her. Like she's speaking her truth, and that's fine. But there's a whole lot of us where this is a problem, okay? But this again can also be the problem, like Black women not really understanding other Black women. And when I'm saying Black women too, by the way, I'm like, because we have a mulatto here. I think this woman says she's mixed. You know, I'm talking foundational Black American women. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. All right. They like even the workplace treat brown people, they treat some brown people call themselves Black, some white girls call themselves Black. Africans will say they're African, Nigerian, but then they also claim Black, right? As do Islanders, or those from the Caribbean. So, I'm assuming they're encompassing everybody at this point. But I also know that it's not just foundational Black American women who have issues at the board table or whatever table in the workplace, and they get, the microaggressions and things like that. I've heard those stories as well. So anyway, let me just finish. Let me just continue.
Under 30, no, because you get some good ones. I have had good ones as well. But once again, I've noticed that there was a form of aggression, especially with me at the time being a younger employer. So they didn't look at me as more of a superior. They looked at me as more of their sister.
All right, and really quick,
Yes.
Amber, the white lady, I mean, what you got to say?
Racism don't exist.
And we got 30 seconds. I'm
I'm going to say it like this.
We robbed you all your life. You have to fight.
I'm always coming on any interracial topic because I've been interracial my whole life. I've been racial children. I've seen it from both sides. I'm a business owner and I've been an employee. And I'm telling you, at the end of the day, the bottom line is if you see it, say something and be an ally to your sisters. Because at the end of the day, women in the workplace have enough problems without adding race to it.
All right. We want to thank you all for joining. I'm sorry, Doc. I
have something to say.
I don't know what she means by that. Women in the workplace have problems, true enough, without adding race to it. So I don't know if she's saying, why are we just pinpointing Black women? Why are we not talking about the disparities that go on with Black women in the race? I don't really know. I would have to dig a little more because she's trying to play, of course, the middle of the road. She just could be that type of person. I don't know. Like I said, I had employers or supervisors when I was younger. Some were Black, some were white, and they all looked out for me, like in the workplace. So maybe she's feeling like, listen, just come and do your job. I'm not looking at you because you're Black. Da, 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 da. I don't know if she's doing that, if she's in that space or not, but she's being safe. Because of course there's not really a whole lot of room for her to say yes. Because if she do that, then that's going to be a problem, I don't know. Like, they're not going to bring a white woman up there who's going to say, yeah, Black women really are the problem. That would be the problem here, right? So anyway, let's continue.
Man, I got so much to say.
Go back to the factor uncensored. Do you have to be likable in the workplace if you're a Black woman, or are you seen as the angry Black woman? Dr. Angela Jones, help us out here.
I was listening to the different perspectives that were being said on this panel. So when she was mentioning that she does hiring, she is looking for likability because probably of what the product that she sells or the kind of business that she's in. But overall, as Black women, we are in all spaces and in all fields. And so being likable, again, should not be the reason why I get hired for a job, right? Now, if I'm just blatantly rude in an interview and I'm cussing at you or something like that, that's totally different. That's just in regards to respect. But the problem is that they're looking for Black women to fit into this mode, to be agreeable and not morally correct, or not to have emotional and intellectual intelligence. And the problem is that they want to keep us in these roles that they have put into us decades ago as a Jezebel or as a mammy or as somebody that's loud. I mean, even when you watch TV shows these days, I kind of feel heated when I'm saying it. There's always, mostly, if there is a black woman on there, she's angry. She's the one that's the protagonist. She's the one that's creating a hostile environment, or she has a problem, or she's snapping her neck. So in society, they have continuously put us in this role, and they want us to fit into a space that they want us to be soft, but they also want to call us angry.
And Melissa, when she say they, I mean they is you. So
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie and sit up here and say no, I want the best person for the job, period, and so whoever's doing that for me, that's who I'm going with. I'm not going to sit up here. And believe it or not, on the business side of it, I have my set of issues I'm in a male-dominant industry. I have my set of issues where I'm constantly having to prove myself too. I get it. But at the same time, I know what I bring. I know what I have to offer. I'm looking at who going to make me that money right now. And I'm going with the best person. So if they're the likable person, they have business acumen, they do what they need to do, that's who I'm going with.
All right, really quick, Malia.
Okay, I feel like some people are go-getters and that's what people look for, but when they're too passionate, as a black woman, sometimes it's taken as aggressiveness.
Right.
And it's not aggressiveness. This is how I show up as myself, which may not be as a white person show up as themselves.
But they only label you as aggressive because you are black.
But
yes.
I want to say this too. Sometimes people are not likable in the workspace, but they are damn good workers. So I've experienced a lot of like a-holes or whatever, like, oh, they're so annoying, but they can make a sale like nobody else. So I mean, I've hired plenty of people who are like, I don't really like them, but I know they're gonna make that money.
Exactly.
So
we
that's
have
how
guests like that here, and we're like, we don't like them.
But they're
they do
really good at their
Still
job.
have them on the show.
Because you got to turn it on when you're dealing with clients.
Every time on the show.
Yeah,
Not you, Dr.
When you're dealing with clients.
Thank you, ladies. We'll be right back. Thank you for staying up late.
Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing here. I don't know if I was able to be at the top of the screen and do my commentary, so I don't think so. I tried. I did find the space to do that in, but anyway, let me know what you guys thought about that. I just, the bottom line is, the workplace does have stringent rules in terms of personalities for us, and it's unfair. Like, I even now at my age, even in a little part-time job that I do on the side, they get really worried when I don't say anything. And it's like, well, I'm doing something, or I'm not in the mood to talk, when I'm ready to talk, I talk, and I'm chatty catty or whatever you want to call it. I'm a little chatterbox, and that's fine. But when I don't want to talk, I encourage people, go get busy, go do something. You keep talking about prospecting, so go prospect. Don't you have work to do, kind of thing. And when you're not in your meetings, it doesn't mean it's not my job to make the day go quicker or faster or better or smoother or whatever, because that's what you need to get through your day. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, and there are disparities. There are a lot of disparities. And there's a lot of prejudice with Black women in the workplace. Just to say, they're doable, they fit in, there's these filters, like, this is who you are, this is the box we put you in. They put you in a specific box right off the bat. And I'll tell you about the young women. Young women really need to be careful, because they're the ones that the world is really trying to brainwash, to be that agreeable or other type of woman anyway. They go after our young people all the time. They dismiss the older folks because we You know, we've been through it. We've learned the hard way, or whatever. A lot of us were school going in. And if we were school going in and we're young, we go to the workplace, they don't want to fool with us. They want people they can control. And, we're not puppets. And, so they have that puppeteer mentality, in the workplace. Now, you might say, well, here you go with a Black woman. Well, um, in her case, I don't know what business that she does, but I think she's not being completely fair in that she's saying in her business, most Black women under 30 are not likable. The fact of the matter is, what two of the women brought out is that you're dealing with under 30. That's another generation. That is another generation. So what you're dealing with is this generation. But then she pushed back and she was like, no, I dealt with other demographics and they were fine under 30. So for whatever reason, there's issues with her, with young Black women in the workplace. And I think it is what it is. She's like, I have a business to run and I need a certain kind of likability, and I don't want to be looked at as sister girl. So maybe she needs to, I don't know, do some executive training or something, or come up. Because sometimes, though, our personalities are such that people don't take us seriously. Even the young people in our own culture, or the people, or people in general, don't take us seriously. So maybe there's rules she has to lay that back, but to dismiss the fact that, that there's not issues, a huge, broad issue with the disparity of how Black women are seen, perceived, and treated in the workplace, is really just undeniable. I don't know if my sentence, because I think I lost my train of thought. The fact that it is there, that it is seen, that it is, that perceptions are there, that we are seen a certain way and treated a certain way. Yes, all of that is there. It is prevalent. It's prevalent. And I'm really glad that, this Isaiah person really delved into it and had an open conversation about it. And hopefully you guys will comment and get on with the conversation with me. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. It is only fair to say that you do have some tethers in the workplace that treat us also differently. You also have other Black women who are gatekeepers. So that is an issue. I don't know if this woman in the blue dress, who was the employer, the hiring person, I don't know if she's necessarily a gatekeeper. She just reminds me of someone's like, I need to just make the money. And right now, y'all are not taking me seriously, so I need to go with someone else. And she's hiring the best for her. But I think it is clear that her experience is not all Black women, and it's all Black women under 30. That is unfortunately just her experience right now. Let's see. But, it seems like, though, it just seems like for some reason that there are other groups out there and they seem to never have issues in the workplace. They never seem to have these issues in the workplace, particularly white women, to be honest, right? Because as we've learned, DEI benefits 90% of white women, if not more, or I won't even say 90%, predominantly, or first and foremost, it benefits white women. And second on the list is white men. That's who DEI predominantly benefits. White women first, then white men. And Black, foundational Black Americans are either 7th or 9th on the list. Like whatever the bottom of the list is, that's where we finally benefit from. So you have people from other countries who rank higher. You have the LGBTQ who rank higher. You have Hispanics who rank higher. You have Indians who rank higher. You got veterans who rank, everybody under the friggin' sun who rank higher than us, when it comes to DEI, which is why I am not a proponent of DEI. Not now, not ever. Because I don't see them changing it. I see them maybe repackaging it to call it something else, and still doing the same thing. That's the way I see it. Affirmative action was for us, and other groups hijacked it. White women hijacked it, other hijacked it. Asians hijacked it. I didn't even throw the Asians are in that list too, the DEI list. So, yeah. So all of that. I think we brought out that sometimes I think it does depend on the geographical area that you're in. Let's see. Sometimes we could be harder on ourselves, just like in the classroom, male teachers are harder on boys than they are on girls in the classroom. So it could be that's just an example. So it could be that. Nature of the position, we talked about that. We are absolutely locked into stereotypes. And let me tell you, all the stereotypes she mentioned, the Jezebel, the mammy, the this person, that person, you throw in a single mother, oh my God. That's it. You could be a single mother and white and not have these issues, but you're absolutely going to have these issues as a single Black mother, for sure. And this isn't just at work. I dealt with this at church, that aggressiveness, you can't express your true feelings about anything, but all of a sudden they run to superiors or people like in church, they'll run to the heads of department heads and, oh, she scares me, which is nonsense. That's control, that's just bullying, actually. So yeah, I dealt with that. Yes, I did. I dealt with that too, workplace, church, all of that. It's there. So, all right. Let me just tell me like how you feel. This is a good segment. I hope it was beneficial to you. Let's see. I am going to see how much. Oh, I'm doing good. Okay. Anyway, please like, please share, please subscribe, and feel free to comment. This is OracleDeborah with the OracleDeborah podcast on YouTube. Have a blessed day. Peace.